Hello viewers, today we are talk about Robert Delaunay, a pioneer of Orphism and modern art. Robert Delaunay was born on 12 April 1885 in Paris, France, into a well-to-do family. His father, George Delaunay, was an engineer, and his mother came from a noble family. However, his parents separated when he was just 4 years old, leaving Robert to be raised by his maternal aunt and uncle. As a child, Delaunay demonstrated as an early interest in the arts, although he did not initially pursue formal training. After finishing secondary school, he worked as an apprentice in a theater design workshop from 1902 to 1904, where he was introduced to stage design and the use of color in dramatic setting. This early exposure to artistic environments helped develop his aesthetic sensibility. Around 1904, Delaunay began taking painting seriously, and by 1905 he had fully committed to an artist life, moving away from the more traditional aspect of design to embrace modernism. Delaunay's initial work were heavily influenced by New Impressionism, especially the work of George Seurat and Paul Signac. These artists were known for their innovative use of pointillism and color theory, which intrigued Delaunay. His early painting featured techniques inspired by this style, where tiny dots of color are placed side by side to blend into each other when viewed from a distance. Delaunay was also deeply interested in the concept of light and color. He believed that color itself could convey emotion and rhythm without the need for pieces from a nation that would later become central to his mature work. His early landscapes and cityscapes already demonstrated a move away from realism with simplified forms and vibrant color scheme. Delaunay's work began to shift significantly around 1909, marking the start of his fascination with modern technology and urbanization. One of his most famous series from this period is the Eiffel Tower painting, in which he depicted the structure in various forms and colors. The fragmented geometric shapes and the interplay of light and color in this painting were precursors to his involvement in Cubism. During the early 1910s, Delaunay became associated with the Cubist movement, led by artists like Pablo Picasso and Georges Braque. However, while Cubism and primarily concerned with breaking objects down into geometric forms, Delaunay's interests remained focused on color and light. He was less concerned with representing objects from multiple perspectives, as was typical of Cubism, and more focused on the sensation and dynamism created by vibrant colors contrast. By 1912, Delaunay Alongside his wife, fellow artist Sonia Delaunay began to develop a new approach to painting that employs color as the primary means of expression. This approach would later be termed Orphism by poet and critic Guillaume. Orphism was an offshoot of Cubism but with a heightened focus on color theory and abstraction, drawing connection between painting and music. The term referenced Orpheus, the mythological poet and musician, highlighting the movement's emphasis on rhythm and harmony in painting. World War I temporarily interrupted Delaney's artistic career. He and Sonia moved to Spain and Portugal to avoid the conflict, where they continued to experiment with textile design and theatre after the war. Delaunay resumed his artistic exploration, thought his work became increasingly abstract and decorative. Delaunay's later work included large, colorful murals for international exhibition and public buildings, where he applied his color theory on a monumental scale. His painting remained deeply connected to ideas of modernity, technological progress, and the dynamism of contemporary life. In the 1930s, he participated in several major international exhibitions and was recognized as a leading figure in the modern art world. Robert Delaunay died on October 25, 1941, at the age of 56. His legacy as a pioneer of abstract art and one of the founders of Orphism